excited that you're joining me, and I hope it hasn't been too long. Or if you're new, well done, congratulations. It's great to have you here as part of the team, and it's great to welcome you to my Get Inspired, Stay Inspired video podcast series. And what can I say? It's always a joy, always, to be sharing my knowledge and wisdom and love with you. And as always, you know, my deepest wish is to inspire, motivate, empower, and share as much as I can to keep you empowered and motivated, and, you know, just keep the wheels turning in life with you. And as I always say, your being here does me a lot of good as well. So I can't wait till things grow and I can basically do some live streams or question and answers, those kind of things. That's always exciting, and I can't wait to get to that level. But you guys have got to help me get there. You know, we've got to subscribe, we've got to share, we've got to stick a thumbs up, you know, whatever. Let's make this channel grow, and I'm going to need your help to do that. And obviously I'm going to help myself do that by sharing more and more and more of what I can and what I do. So that's a brilliant balance to have. I think so anyway. But yeah, I hope you're well. And I know that every day is different. Some days are good, some days are bad. So some days you'll be joining me, you'll feel way more positive, and other days you'll be joining me, you'll be feeling a little bit down. But I hope you're feeling happy too, and if not, we'll make sure that we get the balance right. So by the end of this episode, you will be feeling happy. You will be feeling as if you can overcome any challenge, or you name it. You can overcome anything that's going to be coming your way. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased to be sharing in this particular episode one of my channeled passages. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alicia, and I'm an inspirational author, and I do channeled writings and automatic writing. That's where all my content for writing comes from, and all my stuff is very soulful and positive, and that's really what I'm sharing with you. And I'm also sharing my teachings, which are also a part of this written content that, you know, came through my channeled writings. And my teachings are very simple but powerful. So that material is what I'm sharing with you on a daily, and on each episode we delve deeper and deeper, don't we? I mean, you guys know, those of you who've been with me, you know we're delving deeper and deeper and deeper into understanding things on a soulful level. And as I always say, if you can't take or handle things on a soulful level, do it from a heartfelt level until you start to kind of understand where I'm coming from, or start to take on board a bigger picture, a bigger kind of overview on you and your life and the soul's presence and purpose in your life. And I'm showing you and teaching you how to interact with your soul so that you can get the best of what it has to share with you. And in doing so, you are going to turn a corner. You're going to feel more empowered. You're going to understand yourself better. And that is the whole point of what I'm doing. And that's kind of the basis of what I'm teaching. Now, where does my material come from? Well, it's basically my channeled writings supply me with the knowledge and the wisdom and the content to share with you. And as you know, or some of you may or may not know, I've written thousands and thousands of channeled works. So sharing them, you know, I mean, I'm sharing an incy-wincy bit really, because obviously there's loads more than I would have days left, I reckon, in my life to share. But yeah, I'm just sharing them as best I can, little by little, and we're making inroads. And yeah, if I can get things on a bigger scale, then I'll definitely be doing apps, be doing teaching material, widening the scope of what I can share and what I can do. So it's all a process really, and I'm already on that journey with you guys, and I'm kind of growing towards having that sort of full-time freedom and independence to be doing this full time. So definitely, if you kind of feel that you'd like to support me in any way, don't forget to check out my Patreon page, not now but at the end. I'll leave it in the description so that you can have a look at what I'm doing. You can look at my goals, you can look at my aims and objectives, and if you want to support me to be a part of that, then I'll be overjoyed to have you along, and very grateful obviously for your patronage if that's something you feel you like to do. But for now, let's just get on with it. Let's just get on with the teachings and get on with the soulful understanding that I definitely love doing and love sharing with you. And everything else I think is going to fall into place. I'm not worried at the moment. You know, I've just got this Patreon started, so I'm not really too worried. I do really trust in the process, and I know that whatever's meant to be will be, and by hook or by crook, I'm sure in some way, shape or form, somehow I'm going to get the support to do this at any time and in any way. It can come through anyone, from anyone, and I'm just open. I'm open to the process. So yeah, without further ado, let's now focus on you and what today's passage says. Okay, today's passage says, or I've titled it, oh, by the way, if you're new and you're thinking, where is she getting all this stuff to read out in the last couple of episodes, don't forget to check out the other episodes. But basically, these are taken from my inspirational photo quotes for the soul series, which definitely I'm going to make them available for download. If you watch the video versions, they do have audio with them. Not what I'm saying now, because I'm delving even deeper with you guys in this particular episode and video series, but they're still great to listen to if you want to play them. And obviously, if you get them in the PDF version, don't worry, you can just like read through them in your own time. And because of what I've been working through with you guys over the last, episodes, I think so far they're growing and growing. I think I've done over now, I think I'm into my 30th episode or so. So they're growing and growing. And so by now you'll be getting the feeling and getting the understanding of how I'm teaching you to apply them into your particular lifestyle or time frame, depending on where you kind of bump into me along the way. But yeah, somehow, some way, I'm trying to teach you to make use of them in your own way. And obviously I'm sharing what I perceive to be what insights they're trying to share with us in this respect. But I'm also encouraging you to be able to read them on a deeper level and to be able to understand them on a deeper level in the way that I have come to over the years that I've been not just writing them but studying them, I guess. I call them insights and reflections, but I guess I've been kind of studying what this material is. As I said, I've told you loads of times, I can't really define it because I can't slot it into a particular style or particular genre. I guess the only genre I could slot it to is inspirational and empowering. But as I've said in previous episodes, some of them are kick you up the butt type of ones, which You know, some people think, that's not affirmations, that's not, you know, inspirational. It's kind of, you know, writings that say, hey, if you don't do this, then this will happen. And some people don't like that. It's not that I want them to be negative, or I would classify them as being negative, but then they sometimes say something negative to kick you into reality, to understand that if you don't get out of this negative thought process or thinking, then these are going to be the consequences. Now, I don't always put those out in my books, because I had one reader complain that, you know, that wasn't really an affirmation because it was a kick you up the butt one. But I do have them, so I can share them one-on-one with you guys. You know, this is not one of those. Actually, you know what? This might be one of those kick you up the butt ones. I'll read it to you. You can be sure this is not an affirmation one. It could be a kick you up the butt one, okay? Because it's called Attain or Achieve. That's what I titled it in this particular series. And it says, what I find impossible to aspire to, I will find impossible to attain or achieve. Now, someone will say, hey, that's not an affirmation, because it's saying what I find impossible to aspire to. Well, finding something impossible is a bit negative. And then it says we'll find it impossible to attain or achieve. So to me, this is a kick you up the butt one. It's basically saying, wake up. Okay, just wake up. This is a reality check for you. Okay, that if you're going to find it impossible to aspire to anything, then it is going to be impossible to attain or achieve anything or achieve that goal. So the crux of this one is a little bit of a kick you up the butt one, and I love them. I don't have a problem with them, but you know, sometimes, you know, if you're saying that you're publishing a book of inspiration, and some people may see that and say, hey, that's not inspiring. I've explained to people where my writings come from, and I've explained that some have varying connotations to basically kind of jolt you into reality. And for some reason, I know we were just talking about it earlier, but for some reason this is a bit like one of those ones, because it's not I am la da 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 da, everything positive and beautiful. This is telling you, hey, what you find impossible to aspire to. So if you've got aspirations, fine, you're fine, and we'll talk about that. But if you haven't got aspirations, then you will not attain or achieve anything beyond what you are finding impossible to aspire to or impossible to achieve. Now, I can talk about my own aspirations. I have big aspirations for where I'm going to take this work and how I'm going to evolve as a person with you guys and help you. And in doing so, I'll be helping me share and teach this material. Because hang on a minute, if I'm not going to teach it, who is? Am I not the writer of this knowledge and information? Is it not channeled work that I can say came from a soulful place? So who else am I expecting to share and teach this knowledge if I'm not going to have the courage to stand up and do it? You know, so this is one of my big aspirations, okay? But at least I've made that decision in my mind and I'm ready to aspire to it. So it's not becoming an impossibility. It's now becoming a possibility. It's now unfolding and it's now manifesting, because guess what? I'm aspiring to it. And you have to do the same. Because this passage is saying, if you're going to find it impossible to aspire to, then you will find it impossible to attain or achieve. So you must stick, or you must get out of this mode of thinking that a lot of things that you want to do and achieve are impossible. You know, because once you embrace impossibility, there's no room for anything to become possible. Do you get that? That's quite an important point. It's very powerful, actually. You know, if you don't begin to embrace possibilities and you focus on impossibility, then anything you intend or, you know, wish to aspire to achieve or attain ain't gonna happen, guys. It's not gonna happen because you have no aspiration for it to happen. And that is like an aha moment. You may be having an aha moment right now because you may have been living in the world of impossibility. And today, this passage is saying, get out of it. Open your eyes and start looking for possibilities. Because if you don't, your achievements and what you want to attain will become impossible. But that is not by someone out there who's got a greater hand on your destiny. That's you doing it to yourself. It's that simple. Do you know what I mean? What you're doing by believing in impossibility, you've nullified the potential for something to manifest and become possible for you. Now, you know, I always look to myself and I can say, you know, I've been a little saboteur in my own way, in my own life, and I know we all do it. But, you know, I thought a lot of what I'm doing now was impossible. So have a guess what? It never happened. It never took place. The minute I started realizing that sharing my knowledge and wisdom and helping other people through this knowledge and wisdom and through this understanding, when I started to realize it was possible, then automatically I found the way and the means and the vehicle and the mode to start making it possible, because I'm turned my impossibility into possibility because of what? My aspirations changed. I started to aspire to wanting to do this, to wanting to achieve it. I started to aspire to making it possible. And you guys have to do the same. You have to aspire to what your dreams and hopes and ambitions are. You guys are the same. You have to aspire into believing in possibilities, not impossibilities. And once you start believing in possibilities, have a guess what? Things become possible by your aspirations. Yeah. And your aspirations are the key to unlocking the doorway to making the impossible become possible. You got to aspire to whatever it is you want, whatever you dream of, whatever you wish to achieve, whatever you want in your life. If you want change, aspire to it. If you want to grow and evolve, aspire to those things. If you want a new home or a new car or a new job, aspire to those things. You have to aspire to them to make them possible. That's what this passage is saying. Now, as I always say, when I wrote this passage, okay, I didn't know at the time that this deep thought understanding and wisdom was going to evolve and come through. I didn't know. But as I delve deeper and as I talk with you and I work with you and we look into things deeper, then I see more and more and more. But this is just as we go along, you know. So I'm even getting deeper and deeper insight as we're talking, as we're, you know, conversing, as we're discussing. I'm getting deeper insight, you know. I could even say it's channeled insight, because that's how it comes through to me to explain things to you as I reflect on these passages. I get deeper insights into them. Maybe they're even deeper channeled insights, you know, although I'm not going into any zone and we're talking, things are feeding through to me to share and share with you. So that's an interesting aspect now that is coming through. As I started doing these videos, is I just sometimes feel that more deeper things come through to me as I'm chatting to you. So there we are. It's amazing. I told you this was going to be an amazing experience, us working together, because you're even explaining and sharing this. I feel deeper meanings come through that I didn't even kind of contemplate when they were being written, or, you know, when I was looking through and choosing one, you know what I mean? But as we talk, as I get into it, as I get evolved, or, you know, involved in it, more stuff comes through to me to share. So I can say, yeah, it could even be now, fair enough, I do channel writings, but I feel as almost as if it's channeled insights of sharing this knowledge that I've written to you on a deeper level, because I want to see you taking it on board. I want to see change. I want to see you understanding the importance of some of these passages and what I'm sharing with you, you know. And aspiration, this is a powerful one, because I know so many of us are out there and, you know, we give up. We're not aspiring to things that we should be. We give up on ourselves. And this is encouraging you, kick you up the butt stuff. Go on, keep aspiring for your goals and dreams, your ambitions, your wants, your needs, your desire. Keep aspiring to it, because then you are turning something that you may think in your mind is impossible, but in your soul, it's become possible. Your soul is saying, hey, keep going. Your aspirations are going to become possible. If you believe in them, if you aspire to them, if you keep them in your heart and you keep them in your soul, you are beginning to manifest your dreams and desires. They're growing, they're building, they're happening, they're evolving, and that is where you want to be, okay? That is where you want to be. Turning impossible into the possible. Turning what you want to attain into a possibility. Turning what you want to achieve into a possibility, not the other way round. So, excuse me if you see these kick you up the butt ones, but they also have a purpose. It's not just fancy affirmations, okay? Sometimes you need a wake-up call. Sometimes you need to get off the fence, make decisions, make choices. Start saying, you know what? I have been sitting on the fence. My aspirations went out the window weeks ago, months ago, years ago. Or, you know, I've been so busy as a mom, as a dad, as a brother, as a sister, as a friend, as a colleague, I forgot about my own aspirations. Reclaim them. Get them back. Your soul is there to support you and make sure you attain and achieve them, okay? And you need to focus on what are your aspirations. Even right now, if you think they're impossible, don't be fooled by your mind's fear. It's not that they're impossible. They're perfectly possible. And your soul will never, ever, ever tell you anything negative. If you align yourself with your soul, you know that if you listen to that inner truth, remember we spoke about the inner you and your higher self, that strong bond with your soul, that unity you need to keep building on, and we'll keep working on that, okay? Once that is strengthened, you're going to hear important things that are going to turn your life around, turn things you think you can't achieve into possibility and achievements, turn the fear and the worry, turn that negative side of your mindset into positive, where suddenly doorways are opening, when suddenly things are happening for you, where suddenly things are growing, where suddenly, you know, everything is beginning to change or turn a corner. That's where you want to take this, and that's where you want to be. So there we go. Just to recap, yes, what you find impossible to aspire to, you will find impossible to achieve or attain. I've repeated it several times, so now you know how to reverse that cycle. Now you know how to turn that around, so things begin to start working in your favour and not against you, okay? Now, keep this in mind, okay? Turning impossibility into possibility. You know what your mindset might be thinking and making you feel. Use your powerful soulful unity to turn that around as well. And that will link in with all your belief systems and all you want to achieve, okay? So keep that thought, all right? And we'll talk a bit more in the next episode about other things you can do. But this is progress. And don't forget to leave your comments below about how you're progressing, how you're doing. Have you taken on board some of the things I said? Is it that you can't understand some of the things I said? If not, let me know. If you're getting it and you want more, just let me know and I'll share more. Obviously, we've got a little window of 30 minutes or so. I'll try to keep it at that at least. But, you know, sometimes I go over. Sometimes I may chop a few things out to make sure it's not too long. If you find it's too long, don't worry, just split it up. Listen to some of it on the way to work, some of it on the way back, or some of it at the start of your day, some of it at the end of your day. But stick with it and stick with me, and let's keep progressing. Let's keep growing and working together. Gosh, I love you guys. I'm so grateful you're here with me and so grateful that you're part of this journey, okay? Well, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Now, as I said earlier, if you want to support me, I'll be so grateful. Check out my Patreon page in the description. And if you do like what I say, stick a thumbs up for me and keep sharing and sharing with others. And let's build our readership. What am I saying? Readership. Let's build our channel or subscribership. Let's keep building on that and growing it as much as we can, okay? I'm so grateful for you being here, all right? Love and light. Have a beautiful day. Take care, and I'll see you soon in the next episode. Bye.